Hi, I'm Dave.
And I'm Jen. Welcome to Dave and Jen Ignite.
Today we're going to talk about the love languages. Gary Chapman is the one who's famous for putting this together. He's written a book, and it's a great book. The concepts are wonderful and very, very helpful. And so we want to share those with you today. Hopefully these will be helpful to you, and you can put them to use and bless your spouse, your significant other, with this information. So here we are with the 5 love languages.
And it's interesting because as you hear them even, you're going to go, you're going to be able to resonate with some of them. The first one is, I can't read it. Oh, words of affirmation. Words of affirmation.
That's okay, sweetheart. You're doing a great job.
Aw, he's affirming me. But words of affirmation, and it's more than just "I love you" or "you look nice." It's real. It's thoughtful ways of expressing appreciation, and it's really. Are we telling them our love languages now, or should we tell them later?
Sure.
That is my love language. Now, there's degrees if you take this love language profile that you can find in the book or online. It will help you to figure it out. Mine is definitely words of affirmation, followed closely by something else on down the line, which I'll tell you later. But I appreciate it when I'm affirmed. And it's just how I'm wired. Some of these are just how we are wired.
Yes.
Or maybe it's something from our upbringing that, I need to hear, I'm proud of you. I need to hear, thank you for working so hard. You're doing a great job with this. I appreciate you doing this, this, and this. And there's ways that we can express that, and there are some guidelines here written out in the 5 love languages, but there's also things not to do as well, like just kind of, don't acknowledge or don't recognize some of the efforts or the hard work that is going in, or just the day-to-day stuff. So words of affirmation is really important for some people, and I am one of those.
Yeah, and important to know those degrees, but also what is the major one, and those can change over time, but Jen will speak to that probably when she comes to that next one. Physical touch. Now, it isn't only guys who like this. Women do too. However, I did see that one. However, that is my major love language.
It is.
It isn't just sex, and I know that grosses people out. Ooh, you're talking about that. Most of us get it, but it's not just sex.
Right.
Holding hands, rubbing each other's, well, not rubbing each other's, because someone probably has this as their love language and the other one may not, but rubbing their back. Just that kind of physical touch. Things you want to avoid are just, obviously if the love language is physical touch, please don't avoid touching.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
And if your spouse's, your significant other's love language is touch, and again, it doesn't have to be sex, hold hands. Sit next to each other, put your arm around, or allow them, if this is their love language, allow them to put their arm around you, or you put your arm around them. Just physical touch is just, it brings an amazing peacefulness and calm, and it says, I love you.
The third love language is receiving gifts. And we're not talking about extravagant gifts. We're talking about a thoughtful gift that you might pick up during the day that shows you're thinking of your spouse, your significant other. And so that it could be manifested in a card, or, I saw this today and thought of you. Maybe just a little something, if you collect ladybugs or whatever it might be, I saw that and thought of you.
Actual ladybugs? You collect actual
I do. I have a whole, no, I don't. But I do like ladybugs, but that's not my thing. But for if he appreciates receiving things, a tool or a book that he's shown interest in. So just showing them you're thinking of them, that's the main thing. And it doesn't have to be, again, a big expensive gift. It just has to be a token of showing them that you're thinking of them. That's basically what it is. So if things to avoid, please give them gifts. If you know your spouse, your significant other, that's their love language, make sure that you go out of your way. And sometimes it's not natural for us to do the things that are in our spouse's love language.
That's a great point.
And so if you're not someone that just thinks about people and gives gifts, but your spouse is, it's going to be a real intentional choice to say, I want to show them I love them, so I'm going to do this. And I think it gets more and more natural then as the time goes along.
At first, you may have to actually put it on your to-do list. For those of us who operate off of to-do lists, you may have to put it on your to-do list. Hey, get gift. And that's okay. It's worth it because that will speak to your significant other. So
do you put onto your to-do list, compliment Jennifer or tell her she's, or affirm, do you put that on your list?
believe it or not, at one point, this is real. At one point, I saw this little miniature book that said something like 100 ways to compliment your spouse. And I purchased the book.
Oh, see, isn't that sweet? He was thinking of me, and he was thinking of what would mean a lot to me.
Yes,
that was really nice.
Yeah, I did. And so, sadly, that's not my love language. So how I receive love. So it takes a little bit for me to turn things around and look at it from Jennifer's perspective, and say, hey, Jen, here's your affirmation for the day. Mm-hmm. Here's your supporting point for today. So
Sometimes it's not natural, but it's important.
But you can develop it.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's good.
And you should develop it.
Absolutely.
If it's important to your spouse, whether it's your bag baby or not, if it's important to them, then you want to make sure and honor them by making it part of your life.
The fourth love language is quality time. So quality time together. It's not about, it's in a sense of the person who's trying to show love for their spouse, their significant other. It's not about you, it's about them. Mm-hmm. And so you may have your list of things you need to do today. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Time together. We very much enjoy going out to breakfast together.
Mm-hmm. We like to eat. But we also like the time together.
We do like to eat. And we do like time together. I don't think it's either one of our major love language. It's not our primary love language. But it is good. And you can appreciate the need for time together. And if that's your spouse's, your significant other's love language, then you will need to just set aside some time and not be looking over at your phone doing something while you're spending this time together. It's quality time together. Right. And not just ignoring them and telling them, hey, we've got to get this done. I'm doing this for you. We got to get this done. Whoa, 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 whoa. If their love language is quality time together, then I'm doing this for you means nothing.
Because you're really not.
You're not. You're doing it for you.
Yes,
You're
exactly.
doing it for the I, not for the you.
Or for the us.
Good point too.
Yeah.
It's not just I or you, it's us. And some of us struggle with that sometimes.
Yeah.
So,
one of the reasons that we like to go out sometimes is because when we're home and we're eating, we're distracted with all of the things we have to do. We both, he works part-time from home, and I work from home to prepare everything for all the things I do when I go to work. And so if we're home, there's going to be a lot of things to distract us. So again, that's not either one of our major love languages. So, but we still like to be together. So
yes, we do. And when we are home, I'm often over in the office area, and she's over at the kitchen island area because that's kind of where we've kind of set up our shop, so to say.
Our offices.
Our offices. And so that quality time needs to be quality time together. Quality and time. So again, Gary Chapman's book, you can get it, on audiobook and all kinds of options to get that and read it. That's good, but quality time.
And the fifth love language that Gary Chapman talks about is acts of service. And that just simply means that you're there to help out. Maybe something that your spouse is particularly overwhelmed at one point. Hey, let me do that. Let me unload the dishwasher. Or let me help you fold the laundry. Or how about I take the kids to their practice and you can have a few minutes. Because that means that you're thinking of them. Even if you have a busy day planned too, and who doesn't? Honestly, who doesn't? We're all busy.
We are all busy.
But being able to take a load off of them. And I'll be honest, there has been a time when I felt a little bit neglected in that area. And so one time when I took this quiz, I've taken it a couple times, that was my highest one, but I thought that was because of where we were. So that's not my general thing, although I appreciate that's my second highest one, honestly, because I do appreciate when Dave goes, hey, I can unload the dishwasher. And he does that a lot more. And he does that more now, I think, because first of all, we have more time.
Yeah.
It's just the two of us here at home, although we love our kids and our grandkids. As much time as we can get with them, it's awesome. But he is very good at that. Or let me take your car to get it washed. Those kinds of things. It's just a matter, again, of thinking of the other person. And when you see them struggling with something, or honestly, you see, something that needs to be done, don't walk by it. Don't assume that your spouse is going to do it. Just do it. Because that will show them, oh, I can do that for that person, because that's important.
One of the things, part of this is about communication and figuring out, okay, what is my spouse's, my significant other's love language? Because I tend to be the one who's, let's get these things done. And so one time I asked Jennifer, I said, do you want me to take care of all your car issues? Do you want me to take it? Because I was conflicted about what she was asking me to do. She's obviously intelligent, strong woman. She can do anything. That's not the question.
I can't change a tire very well.
Well, true. There are physical strength issues, but other things, as a general rule, I mean, she's a talented, gifted, strong.
Thank you, dear.
All those good things. But I was getting a little frustrated because I couldn't figure it out. That's what it was. I couldn't figure it out. Why do I sense the tension here? And so it wasn't until acts of service came up as your primary, the last time we took it, I think it was, that it hit me. It's not about filling up the car with gas that you can't do it. It's about feeling loved because of this act of service. I'm a little slow sometimes at picking up on this stuff. So anyway, that was an act of service that it wasn't, the issue I thought was at play wasn't. It wasn't about capabilities or wanting to or, any of that stuff. It was about feeling loved.
Feeling loved and not just trying to fix something. And
Yes.
that, you have to be careful in the acts of service, not to just say, well, I can just do that. Well, yes, of course, you could probably do it 12 times, 15 times faster than me, but that's not the point. I still love it when he'll just, on his own, he doesn't even tell me half the time. He just unloads the dishwasher or he'll load it. And I know I'm focusing on that because I'm looking at it right now. And it needs to be unloaded. I'm just kidding. But it's not just fixing things. And that also has to do with the words of affirmation. I think these two kind of go together a little bit because with words of affirmation, it's not just, listening to it and then offering a suggestion. It's, I'm in your corner. And that is really important to me. I want to know you're in my corner. You may think what I'm saying is totally off the wall. I don't care. I want to know you are in my corner. You have my six. You have my back.
Yeah.
You are there for me. And if I ask for your advice, you're willing to give it. But otherwise, you'll just say, hey, I'm here for you.
I support you.
I support you. And that's really important because I have not always felt that. I'm just going to be honest. I have not always felt that. I felt like he was trying to fix things and do this because he is a fixer. And he's very good. And well,
yep.
I love this man.
Oh, hey. I'm
trying to touch him.
We're coming up on 42 years, and I'm still just catching on to something.
Aren't we? We're both learning. We're both learning so much, and I'm so glad because if we felt like we'd arrived, then we would be unnecessary. So
yeah.
So I'm glad.
Yeah,
we love growing together and laughing together and going, honey, together, and it's definitely a group learning experience.
Yes, I was going to say it both ways.
Absolutely.
Back and forth.
Absolutely.
Just is. Well, recommend pick up that book, listen to it.
Yes.
I tend to listen to more books than read books right now, although I'm doing both. Just think about, again, there's an online profile that you can take. It's free. Take that profile, discuss it with your spouse, and just, it's basically once you see theirs, if it's quality time together, that'd be a perfect time to go spend some quality time together.
Sure.
Hey, let's bring our profiles and talk about these. And it doesn't have to be a 2-hour, let's talk about every detail.
No, I would recommend not.
It could just be 15, 20 minutes, or it could be going out to eat together. As you said, we do like to do that.
I know.
And, there's something for us, for whatever it is, our upbringing or whatever, there's something special about just being out to eat together. spend that time together and go over the profiles that you have.
And I would recommend getting the book because the profiles are great, but there's a lot more information in the book that will give you more clues as to what is really going to be effective at communicating your love to your spouse. So go the extra mile and even trying to figure that out, because otherwise there's just a list and you go, check, did that, oh, didn't do that, we're good. So read the book if you can.
Yes, great idea.
Yeah.
Good idea. Well, I hope you're enjoying. We do hope you enjoy these.
Oh, yes.
We want it to be fun. But if you're also experiencing some benefit, once again, maybe it's just the laugh, but if it's of value to you, click like, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications when the next video comes out, and comment below. What's your love language? Maybe you know.
Yeah.
Or maybe if you don't, say, hey, I'm going to take the profile. Hey, after watching the video, I took the profile, here's mine. Just comment below and let us know how things are going for you.
Please.
Well, until we meet again, I'm Dave.
I'm Jen. Lord bless.
May it be
I'm
so.
gonna hug him again.
I'm good with that.